Hello, I'm Sebastian. Welcome to 9R Trees podcast. Today, I will summarize and review the book, The Last Economy, A Guide to the Age of Intelligent Economics by Emad Mostaque, explores how advanced AI systems could transform markets, institutions, and everyday life. Framed as a practical guide rather than a purely academic treatise, the book connects fast-moving developments in generative AI, automation, and data-rich decision-making with core economic questions, scarcity, incentives, productivity, inequality, and governance. It argues that intelligent tools can shift the boundaries of what is economically possible, changing how value is created and how societies coordinate complex activity. Along the way, it highlights why traditional assumptions about labor, capital, and growth may need updating when intelligence becomes cheaper and more widely distributed. The book also addresses risks, including concentration of power, fragile information ecosystems, and policy lag. Overall, it aims to help readers think clearly about an economy increasingly shaped by machine-mediated intelligence and to prepare for choices that will determine who benefits. I will give you key takeaways from this book. Firstly, from scarcity to abundance in cognitive work, a central theme is that AI changes the scarcity landscape, especially for cognitive tasks like drafting, analysis, forecasting, design iteration, customer support, and software assistance. When high-quality reasoning and content generation become broadly accessible at low marginal cost, the economy can experience a kind of abundance in knowledge work similar to what industrial automation did for many forms of physical production. The book frames this as a shift in the production function. More output can be generated with fewer traditional inputs, while the bottlenecks move to areas like high-quality data, trust, human oversight. It also prompts readers to reconsider what remains scarce when tools can replicate parts of expertise. Attention, credibility, original goals, and differentiated taste may matter more than routine analysis. This topic helps explain why some jobs fragment into tasks that can be automated, while other roles expand because AI increases reach and speed. It also clarifies why productivity gains may arrive unevenly, depending on infrastructure, regulation, and the ability of organizations to redesign workflows rather than simply add new software on top of old processes. Secondly, intelligent economics and market coordination. The book connects AI to the problem of coordination, how societies allocate resources, set prices, and match supply with demand under uncertainty. Intelligent systems can reduce frictions by improving prediction, personalization, logistics, and decision support, effectively compressing time and lowering transaction costs. This can make markets more responsive and potentially more efficient, but it can also increase complexity because automated agents may interact at machine speed and amplify feedback loops. The book invites readers to think about pricing and discovery in a world where algorithms negotiate, recommend, and optimize continuously. It also highlights how data-driven platforms can become key intermediaries, influencing what people see, buy, and believe, which can distort competition if the incentives are misaligned. In this view, intelligent economics is not just about better forecasting. It is about redesigning the rails of commerce and information flow. Readers are encouraged to evaluate where algorithmic coordination creates genuine social value versus where it merely shifts surplus toward dominant platforms, increases opacity, or encourages short-term optimization at the expense of resilience. Thirdly, power, distribution, and the new inequality questions. As intelligence becomes a scalable input, distributional issues become more urgent. The book discusses how AI can both democratize capabilities and concentrate power, depending on who controls compute, data, models, and deployment channels. If access is open and competitive, individuals and small firms can gain leverage, launching products, services, or creative work that previously required large teams. If access is gated, the winners may be a small set of organizations that own infrastructure and capture network effects. This topic examines inequality through several lenses: income and wages as tasks are automated, wealth as capital owners deploy AI at scale, and geographic gaps as regions with infrastructure and talent pull ahead. It also considers how reputational and informational inequality can widen when synthetic content overwhelms people's ability to verify claims, benefiting actors skilled at influence. The book encourages readers to think beyond simplistic job loss narratives and focus on bargaining power, market structure, and policy choices that shape how gains from productivity are shared. The implied takeaway is that distribution is not an afterthought, it is a design parameter. Fourthly, institutions, policy, and governance in an AI-driven economy. The transition to intelligent economics pressures institutions that evolved for slower cycles of innovation. The book emphasizes that regulation, education systems, central banks, and legal frameworks will face new demands, verifying identity and authenticity, setting standards for safety and accountability, and managing systemic risks from automated decision-making. It also points to the challenge of policy lag, where rules and enforcement struggle to keep pace with deployment. This topic explores the kinds of governance tools that may matter most, such as transparency requirements, auditability, evaluation benchmarks, and procurement standards that shape market behavior. It also raises questions about international competition and coordination, since AI supply chains and model development cross borders. Readers are guided to consider how to preserve innovation while reducing harms like surveillance, discriminatory outcomes, and destabilizing misinformation. Another focus is public capacity. Governments need talent and technical understanding to buy, regulate, and use AI responsibly. The broader message is that the economic impact of AI will be determined not only by algorithms, but by the institutional choices that shape incentives, trust, and accountability. Lastly, practical adaptation, skills, strategy, and building with AI beyond macroeconomics. The book positions itself as a guide for adaptation, how individuals and organizations can respond constructively. It emphasizes developing AI literacy, not just prompt habits, but an understanding of limitations, evaluation, and when to rely on human judgment. For workers, the theme is skill stacking, combining domain knowledge with the ability to orchestrate tools, verify outputs, and communicate decisions. For leaders, the focus is workflow redesign, data strategy, and governance, ensuring that AI use is aligned with measurable outcomes and ethical constraints. The book also highlights that competitive advantage increasingly comes from iteration speed and deployment quality, not merely access to a model. That includes creating feedback loops, instrumenting processes, and using AI to test hypotheses quickly. Another practical element is resilience, planning for model drift, outages, security issues, and reputational risk from errors. Rather than presenting AI as magic, this topic frames it as an evolving capability that rewards disciplined experimentation, clear objectives, and robust oversight. The result is a roadmap for turning technological change into personal leverage and organizational performance. In conclusion, this book suits readers who want a big picture yet actionable understanding of how AI could reshape economics, including founders, product leaders, investors, policymakers, students, and curious professionals in fields likely to be affected by automation and data-driven decision-making. It can benefit your life by giving you a clearer mental model of where value is moving toward faster iteration, stronger trust systems, smarter coordination, and well-governed deployment. That perspective helps you make better career bets, choose skills that complement intelligent tools, and evaluate business opportunities with less hype and more structure. Compared with many AI or economics books that stay either highly technical or purely theoretical, this guide aims to connect technology trends to incentives, institutions, and distribution, making it easier to translate ideas into decisions. It is worth buying if you want a compact framework for thinking about productivity, power, and governance in the age of intelligent economics, plus practical guidance for adapting to changes that are already underway. If you would like to support Emad Mostaque, you can buy the book through the Amazon link I've provided in the podcast description. After reading the book, please let me know what you think and share your thoughts. See you around.